to the 12th and final Dr. DC podcast, the 12 Days of DocMas.
Wait, final? Like this is the last one ever?
Well, just for the 12 Days of DocMas.
Oh, thank God.
Unless you don't make it through.
Yeah.
My name is Colin, and next to me is the Doctor himself.
Hello.
And as always, we're joined by our producer, Richard.
Oh, hoy, hoy.
Yar.
I hire.
This chair be high, says I.
What's a pirate's favorite letter?
Q.
No.
No one cares. Each week, we talk about the weird and wonderful world of DC comics and movies while fielding questions from listeners like you. Well,
On the 12th day of darkness, the doctor gave to me 12 Jason Momoa mimosas, 11 Ukrainian Popeyes, 10 Reeds were weeping, 9 Cavils bashing, 8 Alfred's killing, 7 Hemsworth singing, 6 Dead Collins decaying, 5 Morrison screams, 4 Reddit points, 3 Fernet Brancas, 2 Reddit impressions, and some comic books from DC.
and in news.
Oh, we did it.
That's the first part of the news. And we did it. Black Lightning trailer teases the origin of CW's newest superhero.
That's right. The Black Lightning series is finally arriving in 2018. I'm very excited for this. The basic premise is that Black Lightning has been a hero in the past, and then he retired for a bit, but he's called back into action to fight the 100 and to fight Tobias Whale. Yeah. I mean, Black Lightning is an awesome character. He's an educator. He's a teacher. Jefferson Pierce works and lives in what's called the suicide slum of Metropolis. I've said it before. It's the part of Metropolis Superman doesn't give a shit about. He's the hero there. He's the one that fights like the drug trade and street crime and gangs and things like that. And he does it both as Jefferson Pierce, as an educator who tries to give people the best opportunity, the best leg up that he can in life. But he also does it as Black Lightning, a superhero who channels electrical abilities.
Hold on. In the middle 2000s, was there not a blaxploitation film that came out in the vein of the 70s, like black kung fu movies called Black Lightning?
I don't think so.
I'm pretty sure there was.
That
was Black Dynamite.
I was going
But
to say,
similar context.
that would have been a huge
fighting against drugs in the community.
That would have been a huge trademark infringement if it was Black Lightning. Yeah.
Sorry, it's definitely Black Dynamite.
No, Black Lightning is the first African American superhero to headline his own solo comic book title.
It's fucking rad.
Yeah. It's awesome. He had a 12-issue original series. And now he's getting a TV show. It's really cool. I'm super excited. Black Lightning's a great character. I'm really, really looking forward to seeing what they do with him. And I like the idea that it's not a full origin, that we're seeing him kind of come back to being a superhero. Like, we talked about this a little bit last episode. Does a superhero get to retire? This show also agrees, not permanently. You get to try, but it never takes. And
you get to try golf out for a little bit.
Yeah.
See what's going on in Florida.
Try and get try and shave a couple of strokes off your game, but otherwise, like, you got to go back to superhero.
After so many Arnold Palmies, you got to get back to work.
That's right.
Ugh,
I'm very excited for that Black Lightning series.
Love Arnold Palmies.
I would love to shave a few strokes off my game.
Oh my god.
Really? You want to get faster?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah. I'm really not good at golf.
Yo, we're on episode 12.
I'm beyond drunk. I'm at that point where you start coming back around.
You might call it post-drunk.
So we're going to get some questions on Facebook. Telek Rogan says, LOL, okay, how about in the Christmas theme, which Justice League characters would be on Santa's nice list and which would be on the naughty list? Well, having just read Superman and Santa Claus,
Oh, yeah.
I get to say
you read it
definitively.
You read an issue of DC Comics Presents, which was like that
Boom.
old school Superman team-up series.
So
let's hear it.
Superman, duh, because he helps hand out the presents, etc. But the Toy Maker, is that his name?
Toy Maker or Toy Man, yeah.
Toy Maker, he's on the naughty list.
Yeah, but he's not a Justice Leaguer. Let's go through the main members of the Justice League.
So Green Lantern.
Naughty or nice?
Yeah.
Nice in terms of heroism, naughty in terms of the ladies.
Oh, me likey.
I'm talking about Hal Jordan specifically here.
Yeah, I don't know. What about the Flash?
Flash, nice. Obviously the nice list. He's just a good guy through and through.
That's true. Martian Manhunter.
Nice list. He's very compassionate, and he's like in tune with your emotions and your thoughts. He's a telepath. So yeah, Martian Manhunter's definitely.
Oh,
on
it's
the
like
nice
that
list.
Mel Gibson movie. What women want.
It's exactly like that. Martian Manhunter was using the blow dryer and got electrocuted, and then he could hear women's thoughts.
You know what they say? Martian Manhunter is really the DC's version of Mel Gibson. So
That's the opposite of nice list.
he's great with the ladies, just
You
not
know,
so much about Jews.
Who's on the nice list? Who's on the anti-Semitic list?
Okay, Aquaman.
He'd be on the naughty list because he does not give a single fuck.
I mean, I want to say nice list because his heart's in the right place, but possibly naughty list because Aquaman is legitimately dogged by like a history of making possibly the wrong decision for the right reason.
Mm-hmm.
You know, like he didn't necessarily feel like he was meant to be the ruler of Atlantis, so he left that life and he let Orm take over, and we ended that with Throne of Atlantis, where Atlantis declared war on the surface, which was terrible. It wouldn't have happened if Arthur was king. So, I think his heart is in the nice place, but he might possibly end up on the naughty list.
Okay. Wonder Woman.
Nice list, of course. Nice
Really?
list. Yeah. She believes in like love and truth and those things. And sure, she snaps a few necks, but definitely nice list.
But
for
who
Wonder Woman.
hasn't? You know?
Right? Who's with me? Hashtag I've snapped a neck.
Oh my God! Please.
Don't admit that to us, please. We have no.
I don't need to be involved in any sort of criminal trials. Yeah.
And then just make sure you're at whatever your local police department is.
Yeah, I mean, if you're gonna go to the trouble of doing it on Twitter anyway, you might as well turn yourself in.
Okay. Superman.
Nice list, of course.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I already covered that one.
Batman.
Naughty list, the longest string of B&Es in the history of anyone ever.
And also, he could probably own Santa Claus as a business venture.
I can't name a person who's broken more femurs than Batman, so it's got to be naughty list for Batman.
Okay. Cyborg.
Nice list.
Really?
Unless you consider like tapping into everyone's like phone calls and internet usage as an invasion of privacy, in which case definitely naughty list.
I think that's it. Joss Whedon.
Wait, is Whedon your Morrison?
No, he's not.
Okay.
I don't have the same hate on for Whedon that
So we're going to go to Twitter since you don't have any hate. Kyle Clark says, Dick Grayson as Batman, underrated concept? Discuss.
Yeah, we mentioned this a bit in a previous episode. I really liked the idea of Dick Grayson as Batman when he had Damian Wayne as his Robin, right? That they kind of balanced each other out. So instead of having like the morose, serious Batman and the fun-loving, like adventurous Robin, it was kind of flipped around. That to me was interesting. I think I read relatively recently that Grant Morrison had intended... Right. Grant Morrison, who had, quote-unquote, killed Bruce Wayne as Batman and was writing that Dick Grayson series, I think had intended for about 5 years' worth of material of Dick Grayson as Batman and Damian Wayne as Robin. And, of course, that all got fast-tracked with Batman R.I.P., and Bruce Wayne made his way through time and came back and blah, 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 blah. I would have liked to see kind of the full version of that. I would have liked to have spent more time with Dick Grayson as Batman. I think Wally West got a fair shake at being the Flash. He was the Flash for like 20 years before Barry came back. Dick Grayson got like a year and a half or something like shit like that before Bruce was like back. I would have been interested to see that relationship between Dick and Damian develop a little bit more and spend a little bit more time with them in the roles of Batman and Robin, respectively.
And if you're a Catholic, then Dick and Damian have already had a bad relationship.
What? What's the joke?
Okay, well,
Masturbation.
Dr. DC will be back after this quick.
This episode of the Dr. DC podcast is brought to you thanks to our sponsor, Great Lakes Grooming Company. Great Lakes sent us some products to sample and try out, and they are amazing. As you might know from my cartoon image, I have a beard. And so it's I got this really great beard balm. It comes in some different scents. I got the one that's called Your Love. It's very fresh. It's made from beeswax and lanolin. It protects my beard from harsh nature extremes. And I know I try not to give away our location, but we do live in a place with extreme natural weather. And I use that to like seal in all the goodness from the beard oil they also gave us. I with matching scent, the Your Love scent. I haven't gotten into clashing scents yet. But yeah, so I get out of the shower, I throw the beard oil in, wait a little bit, and then I put the balm in after it, and my beard is silky smooth and wonderful. Great Lakes Grooming is meant to be easy and ready to use. Rain or shine, all their products are purposefully designed and environmentally responsible. They're handmade in Canada and ready for adventure wherever one may find themselves. And for you lucky listeners, you can get 10% off on Great Lakes Grooming's regular price products by going to www.greatlakesgrooming.com and using the promo code DrDCPodcast. That's greatlakesgrooming.com, promo code DRDCPodcast. And now, back to the show.
I'm trying, man.
I'm just doing my
I'm
best.
just fucking.
And we're back.
Talking Superman says, I believe that the Ragman episode is successful because it focused on a character that even big readers may not know about. Are there any other C-list characters you would like to do a whole episode about?
This is actually an answer that gives us more clarity into why that episode's so popular.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah. The inexplicable Ragman success. Yeah.
Besides,
I think Talking Superman has a
Yeah.
point. I think he's right. Before I answer, do you guys have like a character that's maybe come up in conversation or that you've read about or things like that that you think you'd be interested in doing a whole episode on or something like that? Is there someone random that you think you'd be interested in actually like talking about?
Captain Carrot?
Captain Carrot. Yeah, we talked a little bit about Earth 26. That's the cartoon universe where there's the anthropomorphic versions of like animal heroes like Captain Carrot, Pig Iron, Ali Katabra, Little Cheese, Fastback, characters like that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so you right, do a whole episode on just like those worlds, the cartoon characters, the animal like versions of superheroes. Interesting. All right. Yeah.
I that's such a world that I'm so disconnected from. I feel like I don't have any
Captain
enough
Carrot
knowledge.
is a relatively major character in the multiversity. So, yeah.
It's just one that, like, in the general public, I don't think hears about it very often.
That's true. I mean, what's funny about that is that Captain Carrot had his own comic series for a long time. It's Captain Carrot and the Amazing Zoo Crew. That was his own comic book that existed for quite some time. I think I said on a previous podcast, I think Talking Superman even had asked like, what would I want to see as like a solo comic book or like a, and I think I mentioned Earth 26. I wanted to explore that world a little bit more.
Definitely.
Colin, is there, let's say other than Ragman, is there a character that you would want to, that you've heard about or that we've mentioned offhand or that you've even read in the things that you've read that you want to spend more time with? Someone that we may spend like a whole episode on or something like that.
Oh, shit. This brings me back to the question from the last one.
Sure.
That I was like, I don't remember who it would be. But I wanted it to be Booster Gold.
Really?
Yeah. Sorry, not for this question. Obviously, he's had enough focus and he's not quite a C character. He's probably like a B character.
Yeah, I think that's fair.
But there was a question earlier about like a TV show or a movie with like a focus. I think
Oh,
Booster
yeah.
Gold would be a great character for that.
Right. Yeah, I think the question you're talking about from the previous episode of these 12 episodes of DocMas was like, who in the DCEU do you want to see like adapted next? So you can't count anyone that's been announced already.
I think that you could pull enough around Booster Gold to make it worthwhile.
It's
Right.
such an interesting concept.
He's such an
love
interesting
that.
character.
Between the time travel element and then also the fact that he's like a hero who's like out for fame and glory as opposed to just helping people. Yeah, I agree with
And-
that. I think there's a lot in there.
Love that.
As for this one, I don't know. I feel like, and I'm going to get lit up for this one 100%. I'm okay with this. But I don't feel that Harvey Dent is an A or B list character.
You actually think he's lower
I
than
think
that.
he's lower. I think he's like a C list. I think he
Really?
is. I definitely think that he is a crutch character. He is
So,
someone.
so sorry. I
doesn't-
want to hear the reasoning.
he doesn't
for
stand
it.
well enough on his own.
Really?
Mm.
Okay, like let's compare him to even other Batman villains. Why do you think Harvey Dent
Not as a villain.
/ Two-Face
Not
doesn't do
not as
well?
a villain, just as a character. I don't think that there is enough for him to stand alone for a whole series or a whole story. I just don't. I don't see it. He needs Batman, or needs Gordon, or needs.
I think
he
that
needs something.
I
else.
think what we've gotten so far, definitely, I would absolutely agree. I feel like that characterization, though, has so much available to it that you could make something really big. I mean,
you could, but right now, it's not.
Totally. Right now, definitely not. But I think that inner battle, I think like you could really, really like go so deep into that. I mean, the psychosis behind that, I feel like.
So sorry, is the idea that we would want to do like a Harvey or Two-Face episode / comic book that like where you didn't even have to reference Batman, Gordon,
exactly.
any of that. It would just be him.
Yeah.
What I might suggest,
And you could even reference like where his face is fucked up. He could refer to it as like the incident or something like that, because he is so always in his own head that he thinks that he's doing the right thing all the time, no matter what. And he's also a little bit like villainous about it. That it shouldn't matter who else is around him. But up to this point, he's really relied on other characters.
What I might suggest actually as an arc is there's a whole bit in like the late 2000s where Renee Montoya, who she's a
You prepare my father.
exactly. She's a GCPD officer
sister.
who inherits the mantle of the Question, who is the character that Rorschach is based off of. She is her own superhero in her own right. And Two-Face decides that he falls in love with her, but she's gay, and he outs her to try and make her kind of come to him. There's a whole arc between the Question and Two-Face that doesn't involve Batman at all. I think that might be an interesting point, like to maybe read into. I'm positive those issues are available digitally, but I think that sort of Two-Face Question arc might actually satisfy some of those things that maybe you don't find satisfying about Two-Face otherwise, because that's a story arc that basically does not involve Batman. It a little bit tangentially involves Batwoman, but Bruce Wayne is basically nowhere to be found in that. So that might be something interesting on that front.
So we're going to take our last email from superfan Chad Bokelman.
A bogle.
Man.
Was that it? Richard, did you give a C-list character that you wanted to?
No, I don't think I did.
I think only Colin answered that he wanted to move on.
Oh, sorry. For some reason, I thought you'd already jumped in on this.
I think he was
No.
just agreeing with you. I think that was so
'cause I'm
off-putting
amazing.
that you moved on. Yeah.
No, and I definitely agree.
off-putting too.
Is there a C-list character you want to do like a whole episode about?
Yeah, I mean there definitely is. I'm just trying to think of who.
It's going to be Gnort.
I mean, we definitely need to do a Gnort episode.
Do we?
I think we do. Vibe? No way.
Vibe. Interesting.
Yeah.
I like that. Yeah. Yeah, Vibe's a character whose powers are actually like pretty formidable, but that's a character who's generally kind of
That's what I mean. But it's a C-list like character who I think that like there's definitely some fans out there, and
yeah. Fun fact about Vibe, he is the first Justice Leaguer to be killed on active duty.
really,
Yeah.
wow, I did not know that. No, I think Vibe's an interesting character, and people don't. I mean, it's no Ragman.
It never is. Yeah, Vibe. That's an interesting one. Okay, so what do we have? We have Two-Face. We got Vibe.
Who do you got?
I mean, I want to say something like Bwana Beast, but like,
It's just your jam, isn't it?
I don't know why. I just really like Bwana Beast.
It's okay.
I don't even think I own an issue of comic books with Bwana Beast in it. Like, I just kind of love that character for some reason. No, if I'm being like serious about it, like a sort of C-list-ish character that I want to explore.
Not that I think that Ragman is specifically a C-list.
No, I know.
I'd say B.
I know what you mean, though. I think it might be something like maybe one of the other magical characters. I find in general the magical characters get a little bit relegated to.
It's tough to work with them, right?
The lower tiers, with very few exceptions. I think I'd be interested in seeing something that maybe focused on like Nightmaster, or focused on Detective Chimp, or focused on one of those kind of characters.
Hey,
Unfortunately, Nightmaster just got a sword through the skull in DC Metal. So nice. That was a very happy song. While I said that Nightmaster got killed with a sword through the skull.
That's what I'm here for.
Yeah, I mean, I think I'd be interested maybe in some of those other members of the Shadow Pact, or some other sort of magical based character. I don't know exactly who I'd want, but I think in general magic gets a little bit short shrift in the DCU. So I think if you're talking about the popularity of characters, the C grade ones might tend to have more magical based abilities than science based abilities. So I think that's probably how I'd lean on that.
Well, Lucy may agree strongly or disagree.
Is that the dog? Yeah.
Yeah.
So Chad Bokelman. In your estimation, what are some of the most popular formative titles in the history of the DCU and why? Keep in mind, we don't necessarily have to go solely on historic popularity. If you don't particularly like the title, don't mention it. Some that come to mind are Robinson's Starman, O'Neill's The Question, and Moore's Swamp Thing.
Yeah, I mean, those three that Chad mentions are generally considered to be pretty amazing books. I would argue that like one of the most formative titles for the DCU is a title like Adventure Comics.
Mm-hmm.
Adventure Comics would rotate writers and artists all the time, and different characters would get like main arcs through it. For a while, Aquaman was the lead on Adventure Comics, but there were also like Dial H for Hero, which I've talked about. That's that. It's like literally like a rotary dial where if you dial hero, you turn into a random superhero for an hour. That was a series that was in Adventure Comics. Hawkman, Power Girl, all sorts of things have been in Adventure Comics, or in like a thing like Showcase or something like that. I think issues, stories like, or sorry, titles like that are missing from the modern comics landscape. What we have right now are titles with characters that are like sure bets or relatively safe sales. What we don't really have is a title that is more of an anthology piece where maybe you get like an arc of a certain character and then you get an arc of a different character, and they're not necessarily connected. It's just, do you like adventure? Do you like cool superhero stories? Pick up this thing. You'll read a couple of issues of one character and then we'll move on to the next one. But they're always going to be interesting. There's going to be something new happening. And I think that's missing. In the New 52, they tried it with a title that was called DC Universe Presents. And it started with an arc that was Dead Man. They had a Black Lightning, Blue Devil arc. Like, they went through a couple of different things in that one. But I think in general, that's something that's kind of missing from modern comics, is that idea of like the anthology series where lesser characters get like 3 or 4 issues to show their stuff and then you just move on. You don't have to do a 12-issue miniseries or a 6-issue miniseries. It could just be, we're just going to keep publishing Adventure Comics. A different writer will come in with one story idea. They'll do it, and then when that's done, a different writer will come in with a different story idea. And I think that's something that's missing. I would love to see something like that back again. An Adventure Comics or a National Comics, or like something like that, one of those kind of anthology ones. To me, those are the most important to the DCU, because those are the ones that shed light on characters that maybe can't sustain their own series. it's very easy to build the mythology of Batman or Superman or Wonder Woman or Green Lantern. It's very difficult to build the mythology of Madame Xanadu or, Detective Chimp or of Buona Beast or Blue Beetle even, or things like that. I would love to see a series that didn't have to be all in on a particular character, but that could kind of sustain it just by exploring different corners of the DCU. I think that's, to me, those are the things that have the biggest impact, or they're the most formative, to use the word that Chad Bokelman used. Those are the things that really like flesh out the universe a little bit. It's very easy to have those main branches sort of solid, but like, what about all of the other things that are in there? What was Deadman up to while Batman was fighting Ra's al Ghul? What was Blue Devil doing while Wonder Woman was fighting Circe? That's the stuff I'd want to see more of, because we know Batman's not going anywhere. So I'd love to have a window into the weirder corners of the world, basically.
Definitely.
Yeah. Other thoughts?
I would say like Neil Gaiman's Sandman.
Definitely.
I mean,
Totally.
His work with Morpheus. I think that's one of the top titles for DC, and it's kind of like off kilter from a lot of their other work, and
that's another one of those like Vertigo things that got folded into main continuity.
Exactly.
Morpheus has even been a part of this recent DC Metal arc.
Right.
So, yeah, absolutely. Yeah, Neil Gaiman's Sandman. Totally, I would put up there. Yeah. Colin, do you want to take a stab at this?
Totally, yeah, 100% that. Yeah, that's what I want to do.
No, I think Sandman is a more than worthy addition to that.
Super accurate, 100%. Just like,
Well, Colin, you've read every single issue of it.
no doubt, for sure.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
yeah, for sure.
No doubt. Yeah. Cool.
Yeah, I'm like slowly dying.
You know what, guys? I can't believe this. We made it through all of the fucking questions.
How did we just spend like 9 hours together doing this shit?
I know. I hate both of you.
It's closer to 8, but yeah.
Let's
It felt like 9.
You at home don't know this, but we were planning for a while to do a bit of like a random
Poor sad Richard.
gift exchange
So sad.
between the three of us. So
sad.
we haven't actually decided who we're giving the gift to yet.
It's like a Secret Santa, but with 3 people.
Yeah.
It's the worst Secret Santa of all time.
Lame crit Lanta.
But we'd like
I'm also 12 knogs in, so
We'd
forgive the pun.
we'd like to thank all you guys for spending this time with us this Christmas
If
season.
you've made it this far,
Guys
and
and gals.
and tomorrow is Christmas morning.
But we only want to thank you so much. It's a lot easier for you. You had 12 days. We
That's
had like
right.
9 hours.
That's
So,
right. You could spread it out.
No, totally. Thank you guys for listening. Thank you for sending in all of your amazing questions. There are questions we actually didn't get to through these things.
I
There are
couldn't
things-
believe we got so many questions.
There's
You
things
guys
that
were
we have
amazing.
to save for episodes in the New Year's. But like, rest assured, we will get to your questions if we haven't yet. It's going to happen.
We'll be back around January 10th.
we
I
spent
believe.
so much time here. My battery on my phone is now down to 20%.
Oh my God. How
Oh
are
my-
you going to get texts from attractive women?
Oh, the humanity.
A smoke signal, naturally.
All right, so let's pick names. We could do our gift exchange. We'll do it live on air for you because I know that you love audio hearing what we got as gifts.
Hey, Christmas, my favorite.
Oh, am I picking first? Is that what's happening?
Doctors first, age before beauty, coaches.
Yo, fuck you guys.
Yeah, what movie is that from? Oh,
That's not even true. I'm not the oldest one here.
You look it.
Yeah, fuck yeah.
Wait, am I the oldest one here?
How old are you?
I'm 30.
I'm 30.
I'm 30.
Oh!
Okay, I got it. Let's go. Next.
Did you pick yourself?
No.
Of course you did.
No, you're not allowed to pick yourself. There's only 3 of us, man.
All right.
All right.
How do we do this?
Well, I mean, yeah, who wants to go first?
You go first.
Like giving or getting?
Giving.
Giving? Okay.
No, getting. You say the name first.
Well, listen, we gotta fucking
Say the
pick
name
one.
first. Say it.
I have Richard.
Whoa!
So, Richard,
Whoa!
here's a gift from me. The eponymous doctor of this podcast.
Oh my god, there's so much in here.
It's not that
Oh
much.
my god, I feel like this is meant for me. There's Hires vodka root beers. If you've been a fan of this podcast, then you know how good that
If you
one.
ever have listened to the podcast Fest Quest, you know that Hires vodka and infused root beer is a pretty big deal.
Oh, it feels like there's a comic book in here.
Is that playing too close to type?
Oh my god. Oh my god. Oh, Dakakwada Warriors.
So this is a comic book that's like locally made.
I love this guy, actually. I've been looking to hire this guy at some point.
He's in some ways related to Chad Smith.
Is he?
Yeah, he is.
I love it's a Pizza Punks dude.
Yeah, exactly. So this is a
Oh, that
local.
guy's awesome. I met him when we were at Comic-Con.
Yes,
Yeah, he's
exactly.
super nice.
He was at U Comic Con when we were all there. Yeah, it's called Dakwakata Warriors.
We actually have one of his art pieces on the wall right there.
It's a local comic book, and I thought it would be kind of neat. It's a little bit different flavor, and it's nice to support like local artists and things
I
like
love
that.
this.
And I felt like it was kind of on brand. So
This is perfect.
yeah,
I love it.
that plus the Hires infused root beer. So
Can't go
or
wrong.
well-
it's not Hires. Sorry, vodka infused root beer.
How much vodka's in this?
There's so much Hires in this root beer, guys.
Okay.
All right, Richard, you just got to get.
Let's go. No. Let's go to Colin.
How does
Okay.
that make any sense?
Because I said so.
All right,
Okay.
fine.
I got Reed.
Oh!
You mean the doctor?
It doesn't say doctor.
Oh,
on here.
drink.
Ugh. Please don't look me up. Why are you standing? What is my
Because it's
gift?
in his back pocket.
Ooh. Oh, this is exciting. Perfect.
What is
I
it?
was gonna go to a gas station,
Yo,
but I decided on my way through
we
town.
got a gift certificate to the old LCS, the local comic shop.
Oh!
That's perfect. You have no idea how well this will be used.
Oh no, I do. I also felt like the weirdest person being in that store today. I was like, oh god.
if
don't touch
it's
anything.
not your scene,
Don't touch me.
Everything looks sticky.
only a little. A lot.
All the foods have infused their smells. It's the weirdest
But
conglomeration.
weirdly,
of
like
things.
one of the best poutines in town.
What about Big Bear though?
I said one of.
Yeah, that's what I thought you said.
Oh my god. Please,
Don't wreck the mic.
please
Colin.
tighten that
We're
mic.
I didn't.
so close.
I didn't do any. Oh god.
Tighten it.
Okay, Richard,
So,
you must have Colin.
I've got Colin. I've got good news and I've got bad news.
It's the bad news that you have Colin.
No. So, the bad news is my order hasn't come through shipping yet.
Colin gets fucking nothing.
But
Just like every episode of this podcast, he gets nothing out of
it will
I
be
get to
here.
drive Reed home and then I go home.
But it'll be here before the next episode. Doctor, you mentioned sort of like given the chance of having an actual comic book artist like draw you something, you'd
Yeah.
want to choose your favorite artist.
Sure, totally.
So I have contacted the artist Jay Gonzo, who does the La Mano del Destino Mexican wrestling comic books.
What?
Okay. And he is actually I couldn't decide which one, like what I wanted to do, so I decided to do actually presents for both of you. So I've gotten him to do for Colin. I've got him to do Ragman,
What?
and I've got him to do Aquaman for you.
What?
And this is example of his Superman, so you understand what you're getting.
Oh, holy shit.
Oh, that's so cool.
What?
So you're getting a custom piece of work from him,
What?
8.5 by 11 custom piece from him.
That's fucking amazing.
That's awesome, dude. I'm
That should be
stoked.
here in the next week.
So
or
wait,
two.
I get both an Aquaman one and a Ragman one?
Yeah, that's your
Yeah.
You get both of ours. Yeah.
And so
Holy
those will-
shit, that's
yes.
awesome.
Thank you, Richard.
Yeah, thank
So
you.
Those will
Holy
be here.
shit.
Yeah. So we'll take some photos and we'll post them online as soon as they get here. But those should be here soon. And he's an amazing artist. So I check him out on jgonzodesigns.com. His comic book is like a Mexican wrestling comic book.
Like luchadors kind of.
Yeah, exactly. Luchador. It's unfucking real. This guy's an amazing artist. So look out for that on the Instagram and Facebook and all that stuff. And make sure we post them when they get here.
That is amazing. I love you guys.
Oh,
We did it. We made it.
Merry
Guys,
holidays to
we're
everybody.
we're at like fucking episode 38.
Oh my Christ.
Isn't that insane?
I quit.
That's right.
Who wants to replace me?
Thank you, everybody.
My wife Jessica's gonna fill in.
Thank
Yeah,
you, everybody,
silently.
for listening all the way thus far, especially through these 12 days of DocMas.
Absolutely.
You guys are the best. There's no reason for us to do this podcast if it weren't for the fact that you guys are so like passionate about it. You guys send in so many questions.
So many questions.
And even when we kind of give you the gears about questions, we do it with love.
Even if Colin shits on you for the questions you ask him, where you ask them
Ever.
from.
K-Cross, never shy away from Instagram.
Kid Cross
questions.
202 for life.
For life.
He can shy away.
You guys are awesome. That's the reason that we do this podcast in the first place. And I'm so excited to come back in the new year. We've got lots of great ideas for different themes for episodes and different things that are coming up. So
And we're going to use some of those questions that if you didn't hear your question in and you sent it in for this these 12 days, they're coming up. Don't worry. They're not for naught.
absolutely, yeah, we have not forgotten.
They're not for Nog.
That's right.
Yeah, they're definitely not for Nog because I'm like 12 in. But
Oh, Lord.
yeah, thank you so much, guys, for listening. And we will see you in 2018. Let's do the sign off.
Oh. How does it go again? Oh, yeah. If you want to send us anything, you can hit us up on Instagram,
Dr. DC Podcast
Twitter,
at Dr. DC.
email,
Dr. DC Podcast at gmail.com.
Facebook.
Dr. DC Podcast.
On our website at
drdcpodcast.com or .ca.
Oh, and make sure to go to iTunes and rate, review, and subscribe. Give it that 5-star review and a little what Colin does, maybe. Some nice things to say, and we'll make sure that we read them on an episode. It really helps us out, and we much appreciate it.
Don't forget about our website.
drdcpodcast.com or .ca. Pretty sure I said that.
I'm pretty sure
already,
you
but
did. It's okay.
Hey,
12 nods
don't
in.
forget about our website, drdcpodcast.com or .ca.
Oh, that's
We
right.
did it, guys.
Now that the microphones are all falling from the ends of the earth.
Merry
it's
Christmas.
time to
Happy New
sign
Year.
off.
Happy Hanukkah. Crazy Kwanzaa. Tip Tot Tet. And a solemn and dignified Ramadan.
And if you don't celebrate shit like me, that's cool too, man. Just order a pizza.
Yes.
Call it a day.
Average Yule.
A Festivus for the rest of
A
us.
Festivus for the rest of us. Yeah, thank you guys so much. We'll see you in 2018.
Laters.
Adios.
Hit it.
Aquaman, all the superheroes. They always fight for what is right. Live with danger and adventure.